Shalom, I'm Morah Shulamit, and I'm going to talk to you now about this week's Parshat, Vayetzei. But before we do that, let's review the books of Torah. You remember how many books of Torah are there? That's right, there are 5 books. So let's say the names together. Bereshit, Shemot, Vayikra, Bamidbar, Dvarim. Very good. So which book are we reading now? We are reading the first book, the book of Bereshit. So in this book, we read about how Hashem created the world, and we read about our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov, and about our 4 mothers, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah. Why does Torah tell us so much about these people? That's because they were very special people, great tzaddikim, righteous people. They serve Hashem every day, not just every day, every minute of their lives. And we want to continue in their ways. We want to learn Torah, we want to do mitzvot, to become as best Jews as we can. So this week's Parshat Vayetzei, we learn how Yaakov is going to his uncle Lavan's house in Haran. And on his way, something extraordinary happens. So Yaakov is passing Har HaMoriah. Do you remember that mountain? Har HaMoriah. That's the place where Akedah Yitzchak happened. That's the story when Abraham was bringing Yitzchak to Har HaMoriah, and he thought he would be bringing him as a karbanot to Hashem. There was a ram in the bushes, and Abraham was stuck, and he brought ram instead of Yitzchak. That's the story of Akedah Yitzchak. So Yaakov was passing that place, and all of a sudden, the sun started setting down. So it was getting dark. And Yaakov decided he would get some sleep. He didn't have a bed with him, so he looked around and he found 12 stones. He put them around him to protect himself from wild animals. He put 1 stone as a pillow. And he fell asleep. And when he was sleeping, the stones started arguing. One of the stones said, I want to be pillow for Tzaddik Yaakov. And the other stone said, no, I want to be pillow for Tzaddik Yaakov. So they started arguing, and all of a sudden they became 1 stone. And that was a hint how in the future Yaakov will have children. He's going to have 12 sons, and they will be 12 Shvatim, and 1 holy nation. Jewish people will be born from Yaakov's sons, from the Shvatim, 12 Shvatim. So while Yaakov was sleeping, he saw a dream. He saw a ladder. There was a ladder from earth going up to heaven. And there were angels going up and down the ladder. And Hashem told him in his sleep that he will protect Yaakov on his way to Lavan's house and on his way back home. And when Yaakov woke up, he was amazed. He said, wow, I didn't know that this is such a special place. It's a holy place. If I knew, I wouldn't dare sleeping here. And then he predicted that in the future, on that place, the Beit HaMikdash will be built. Beit HaMikdash is Hashem's temple. And the Jewish people will be coming here and will be bringing karbanot, presents to Hashem, and they will be burned on the Mizbech, and the scent from this karbanot will go straight up to the heaven. And Yaakov said, Zeh Sha'ar Hashamayim. This is the gateway to heaven. And then he continued on his way to Lavan's house. And there he met Rachel, who later became his wife. And guess where he met Rachel? He met Rachel by a well. You remember that story when Eliezer, Abraham's servant, went to Haran to find a wife for Yitzchak, and he met Rivka by a well. And then later you also learn that Moshe, the leader of Israel, who took Israel out of Mitzrayim, out of Egypt, also met his wife by a well, his wife Zipporah, by the well. So there's something special about the well, so let's remember that. So in Lavan's house, Yaakov stayed for a while. He had to work for Lavan for many years, and Lavan tricked him. But Yaakov married two sisters, Rachel and Leah, and he also married their servants, Bilhah and Zilpah. And Yaakov's wives had 12 sons and daughter Dinah. And the 12 sons were 12 Shvatim. And now let's say their names. Reuven, Shimon, Levi, Yehuda, Issachar, Zvulun, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Yosef, Binyamin. Very good. We learned a lot today. Have a great Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.